Hello everyone and welcome to Ginger Prime. My name is Brian, and if you're already a subscriber here, what's up Soul Nation? We just finished watching the Google Connect for July the 14th, 2020 video, in which they kind of showed off a bunch of new games, like Outriders going to be coming to Google Stadia, which only makes it more important that we see cross-play baked into that game. Google Stadia lives and dies off a cross-play save progression, because at the moment, and especially probably for a very long time, it's not going to ever really replace your console, so to speak. It just can be something that's maybe additive, that adds a lot of value in its performance. I was asked just the other day, like, where's the best place to play Destiny? Honestly, right now, Google Stadia. It beats PC load times, by a ton. However, obviously, Stadia's got its issues, it's got its things that it needs, but it continues to improve each and every month, and I plan to kind of put together something for that later here in a bit, especially since as a kind of a power user of Google Stadia for the since its launch, I guess 6 months or so, 7 months, I really actually do enjoy the platform for what it offers, and obviously I look for more what it could bring, and it really ties into the games. There's no real, I think, exclusive that says you must have Stadia to play this game. And we talked about it, and we'll continue to talk about it with bandwidth caps and things like that. There's definitely some challenges that cloud gaming and streaming still offer to the majority of people here, especially in the US, but worldwide. Anyway, all that being said, that's a caveat. Today we're talking about Click to Play and Orcs Must Die 3. This is a timed exclusive to Google Stadia, just launched into Pro. I went ahead and just clicked to played, and I've been playing this. And wow, honestly, never played Orcs Must Die, and I kind of wish I had now. This is a lot of fun. It gives me a little bit of a Fortnite vibe in which that you're setting traps, you're doing various things, you're, RB or LB kind of tabbing to the different things that you need to put. You're killing monsters, in this case orcs, and they're coming at you wave after wave after wave. But the gameplay feels incredibly solid, and I'm just impressed. This is just something for me, like, I wasn't going to unsubscribe for Stadia because I really enjoy the service, and thus I'm going to keep continuing to subscribe to Stadia, and this is just an added value. They keep adding games each and every month, and Orcs Must Die 3, if you're a Stadia Pro user, is something that I would highly encourage you check out for yourself. There's really no risk, and that's kind of what it comes down to. Like, you should definitely go take some time, play it, see if you're interested in sticking around with it, and going from there. I really like that they've got this kind of progression system in which that as you play and as you unlock the ability to purchase upgrades, new traps, you can kind of build out your dream killing machine when it comes to just playing this game itself. Now, I went and Googled, I Googled within Google Stadia, horrible, weird name, but I'm trying to figure out how to click to play. Now, today or whatever, you can now create links, and people can click the link, and then boom, they're right into the game. No downloads, no updates, and more. And I think that's kind of the big selling pitch. And I think that's kind of the big pitch to try to get more game streaming on YouTube. And I think they still have, as part of YouTube, a lot of work to do. We've been doing a lot of streaming on Twitch, and the reason is Twitch really does have its act together when it comes to live streaming. Not saying that there aren't issues with Twitch, community guideline issues. That's a whole thing, a whole nother topic for another video. But with YouTube, they need so much when it comes to just making it a viable platform for somebody like myself. I'm going to use myself as an example. I like to focus more on uploads than I do on live streams. But live streams are fun. It's fun to engage with the community, and this whole concept behind Stadia, behind xCloud, now with Facebook, and with Amazon's Twitch, where they have Project Tempo coming down the line, is to help try to remove as many steps to playing the game as possible. And one of those biggest things, and I say this with all sincerity and honesty, not having to update my game is massively huge. It's huge. Being able to just play the game and go from there is fantastic. Now, I probably might have served myself better by opening with this. Been using xCloud, been using Shadow PC, been using GeForce Now. There's a lot of different services all kind of vying for this market, and I'm not here saying that it's going to replace like your console or your high-end PC, especially when you talk about anything over 60 frames per second. What I am saying is that this is a strategy to kind of bring in a lot more of those old mobile games, or those who are focusing solely on mobile gaming. It's a lot of those, gamers are probably like me, probably like you, fallen away gamers, just don't have the time or the money to really invest in it, thus removing these barriers. And they shift to mobile gaming, which is huge. Mobile gaming is so profitable, but it doesn't really, I think, deliver that real experience. I'm sure there's a handful of games. I'm just not a mobile gamer. So mobile gamers, don't hate me, please. Because I'm sure there's a really must-have, mobile game to play. But I honestly would say I'd rather play that on console. I'd rather play it on Switch. I'd rather play it on PC. And that's just kind of the gamer I am. But that's the whole strategy here. Whether you're watching Twitch, you're watching YouTube, you're watching Facebook. And we'll probably might have to do a follow-up stats update on Facebook maybe next month to kind of give it a good amount of time to kind of show you the results of what it's like streaming there. But I digress. The ultimate idea here is that you can be watching a video, a guide, or something like that, and you click and boom, you're in that ecosystem. Same thing with xCloud, same thing with Amazon. And even though Amazon's actually focusing on bringing its games first, Stadia is focusing on building up those third-party relationships before it actually has its own first-party studio start releasing games. And then finally, you have Microsoft, I think, has the strongest offering to date, having been using xCloud. I'm just waiting for it to come to PC. I think, man, that's going to be a really awesome day, in my opinion. But all three are interesting if you've got the bandwidth and the internet. Anyway, I conclude this this Orcs Must Die 3 video because I just wanted to kind of sit down and get you guys kind of a rough take on my thoughts and my impressions. I think the gameplay is really solid. I was really surprised by it. I've never really played these things, but that's kind of one of the really good strengths about something like Stadia Pro, something like Game Pass, something like these things, is that it opens up and removes barriers for me actually trying a game and seeing if I like it. I don't know, and I would probably guess that I'm probably not going to stick with Orcs Must Die 3. It's not going to be the game that I play for the rest of, the year or more. But maybe it's something I'm going to jump into. Maybe it's something that we team up on and play a little bit. That's kind of the concept here. Everything that can remove those barriers opens up more opportunities for game developers to kind of experiment, to tweak the formula, to try to find something that works, or maybe bring something back that hasn't worked in a while. Something that kind of refreshes the whole formula altogether. Anyway, those are my thoughts. I think click to play is a huge thing. I think you'll see it soon fully integrated into YouTube, where right now you see probably down below, it says Orcs Must Die 3 as a part of the game that's being tagged. And from there, we'll probably see it evolve into an idea where it's like, yep, you can play this game. Just click and you're in. No updates, no downloads. And as an adult, as a gamer, as a father, no updates, no downloads. That saves me so much time. And it's not anything that I was expecting, but that's actually one of the main selling points. And one of the reasons why that's where I spend most of my time gaming right now. And I'm looking forward to seeing more of these platforms come online. Guys, if you have any questions about this, let me know in the comments below. I'm here to help and hopefully help kind of answer any questions. I guess that makes perfect sense. It usually helps when I'm scripted because then I can sound like a real professional. But anyway, looks like my phone's ringing. I love you guys. Hope you all have a fantastic day. And I'll talk to you soon. Take care.